Hi, I'm Steve Bookbinder. Today I want to talk to you about preparing for first meetings. The first meeting requires that you are ready for the hardest potential questions, the questions upon which the customer is going to make some decisions early on of whether or not they're going to proceed and continue to talk to you and potentially buy from you. And so we need to be prepared for the worst, if you will. And there are four questions I want you to think about. The first is, what do we sell? The second is, what makes us different? The third is, what makes us better? And the fourth, why are we worth the money? Let's take these one at a time. The first, what do we sell? Now, the answer is our elevator pitch, but in fact, we need several length elevator pitches. So on the very, very short side, the 5 to 8 second answer is the answer we're going to need when we're calling somebody, trying to get somebody on the phone, and maybe an assistant asks, who are you? Where are you from? And we want to be able to say, oh, it's our company. And they say, who is that? Or what do you do? Well, we are. You're talking to your prospect and you say, have you ever heard of us? And they say, no. Oh, we are the... And you want to have a 5 to 8 second answer that sounds right. That when people hear it, they go, oh, got it. The second question sounds like an easy question too, but it is very hard. What makes us different? The default opinion of many customers when they're thinking about potentially buying from one vendor or another is that the vendors are not really that different from each other, except maybe price. And so the more we're able to reassure them that there are real differences between our company and our competitor companies, the more we will be able to separate ourselves from the pack and gain ourselves a negotiating and sales advantage. And so we want to deliver an answer that sounds something like this. There are 6 specific things, or there's 4 things. There's 2 ways we're very different from the other companies. Because the customer is going to be surprised to hear, oh, I didn't know there were other things. I thought it was just the price. Also, if we deliver it in that way, by telling them the number of things, even if they forget the things, they'll remember the number. And finally, it'll be easier for them to repeat to others in their organization, their internal allies and stakeholders that they need to reach with our message when we make it easy and we put our answers into soundbite form. And finally, let's talk about the difference between what makes it different and what makes us better. Now, those 2 questions might sound like they'd be satisfied with the same answer, but they're not. What makes us better is a story answer. I don't want to say, well, the reason I think we're better is because, of course, I think we're better. Well, I'm paid to say that. No, I want to give an answer of why a customer like you thinks we're better. So my answers are going to sound like, let me tell you why the ABC company went with us. Let me tell you why the XYZ company went with us. That story is a lot more compelling. And finally, imagine if the customer actually asked you the question, can you tell me why you're worth the money? Why are you worth all that money you're asking me to pay? Well, we need a great answer. It's not going to magically brainwash them, but we want to reassure them that we're worth it. And so we need to communicate an answer that boils down to because we're worth it without actually using those words. And so we're going to use an amalgam of the other 3 answers, put that together. And the goal here, again, not to magically brainwash anyone, but it is to reassure them, and we're going to be able to do that if we could look at them eyeball to eyeball and render with great confidence a well-considered and confidently delivered answer. And so let's think about those 4 questions again. What do we sell? What makes us different? What makes us better? And why are we worth the money?